Welcome back to America Decides. CBS News polling finds a majority of voters view the economy negatively, and those views, they tell us, could play a major factor, or maybe already has, in their vote, because some have voted early. But how is the economy actually performing? Let's take a look at one metric: gas prices. According to AAA, the current national average price of a gallon of gas, $3.13. That's a drop of 9 cents from last month, down 37 cents from a national average a year ago. Kate Davidson joins me now. She's the managing editor for U.S. economic policy for Bloomberg News. Kate, great to see you. Thanks for joining us. I saw on Bloomberg earlier today, Jamie Dimon knows a thing or two about the U.S. economy, says it's booming. Last week, the cover of The Economist magazine, envy of the world, describing the state of the U.S. economy. And yet, this persistent unease or flat out dissatisfaction with how things are going. What explains that?
Well, I think the thing is that consumers and American voters, they remember what they were paying for things at the grocery store 4 or 5 years ago. It wasn't really that long ago. And so inflation is still very much present in their minds, even though the monthly and annual inflation figures have come down. So price growth has eased. Prices are still higher than then. So I think that plays a big role, even though, as you pointed out, gas prices may have come down. Certainly certain categories have fluctuated and some have improved. Broadly speaking, you're not going to see prices across the whole economy come down. That would be disinflation. That would actually be worrisome. That's not a great sign for a healthy economy. So we're still seeing some prices inch up, and overall, consumers are paying more than they were a few years ago, and they're just still not that happy about it.
And Kate, I'm a person of a certain age. I remember the 70s and 80s. Heavily inflationary times, much larger than they are now, higher interest rates then than now. But a lot of Americans have no memory of that. All they have memory of is low inflation, basically for all of their lives. And this spike really took them by surprise.
Sure. I think something else that's been surprising, though, it's worth pointing out, is that what we haven't seen, or we didn't see this time around, was the high unemployment that was required in the 70s and 80s to bring prices down. So that has been very unusual. Economists are still trying to unpack what exactly happened there, why that was. Does it have to do with a broader supply of workers and immigration? That's something that officials, for example, at the Federal Reserve have cited. So I think that, by comparison, again, this economy is doing pretty well. And I think we should consider ourselves pretty lucky that that price pressures have come down in the way they have without a bigger hit to the economy.
And we were just showing on the screen the unemployment rate, jobs created. Those things have been largely on the bullish side of the equation, continuing to create jobs. Wages have gone up, haven't kept pace with inflation throughout the entire Biden-Harris administration, but lately they've caught up and exceeded a little bit. That's providing some relief, but not nearly enough.
Sure, right. Things have gotten a bit better, and that isn't to say, right, that certain groups, have really felt this pain. I think that there are starting to be some concerning signs among lower income groups about rising delinquency rates. But generally speaking, again, the American consumer has really continued to power this growth, and there have been, there's been a lot of prognostication about how much longer can it last. Surely next month we're going to see these numbers come down, and we see retail spending data, we see consumption data. It's just very, very strong, despite these very high interest rates that you mentioned.
And there's a kind of muddled picture of what the future looks like to consumers. So the Conference Board, I want to bring that up, has a consumer confidence index that went down for the month of September. And the University of Michigan has a consumer sentiment index that went up. Mm-hmm. So what's the difference, and how should we gauge where consumers think things are now and what they're imagining they'll be in the not too distant future? Sure.
Well, these measures are always very tricky because they are really tied to politics. They're increasingly partisan. They survey people who run the survey have found that Republicans are typically happier when there's a Republican president in the White House. Democrats have a better outlook when there's a Democrat. I think the most recent numbers from the Michigan survey, for example, showed that a big part of that pickup was because Republicans are more confident that Donald Trump will win the White House, and Democrats a little bit less confident in recent weeks. So I think it is hard to disentangle what it means for the future, and probably those measures are going to shift after Election Day for sure.
Measures are going to shift after Election Day in more ways than one. Kate Davidson, thank you very much for being with us.